Hi, it's Julie Barrett with Conservative Ladies of Washington, and I wanted to chat with you a few minutes today about parental rights, specifically in Washington state, but there's a lot of stuff going on around the country, as you have probably heard. It seems like every state has got some kind of legislation around parental rights, either protecting parental rights or completely assaulting parental rights, as is the case here in Washington state. If you've been watching our videos for a while now, you've probably heard me talk about Senate Bill 5599 and House Bill 1469. These are the two bills that were passed in the 2023 legislative session that really circumvent parental rights. As I call it, an assault on parental rights. And this is really important for citizens to understand what these bills are and what it means for parents and for families in Washington state and beyond, because House Bill 1469 reaches beyond the borders of Washington state and actually interferes with parental rights from other states. And so 5599 was passed at the end of April and signed into law in May. It takes effect on June 23rd. And there is currently a group who is running a referendum. It's Referendum 101, and you can learn about it by heading over to their website, which is reject5599.com. You can learn about the referendum. You can order petitions so that you can gather signatures. They need to get 200,000 signatures by July 15th. And if they can collect the signatures, which Conservative Ladies of Washington, we will be working to help gather as many signatures as possible before the deadline. And if we can get the 200,000 signatures, then it will go on the November ballot, and voters will have a chance to reject 5599 and have the bill completely repealed. It is a gargantuan effort. I'm not going to lie about that. And so what we're trying to do, in addition to gathering those signatures, is helping to educate parents on these bills and their parental rights in Washington state so that you can protect your family from these laws here in Washington. And so what 5599 does is it really the big thing that it does is it allows your child to go and stay in a host home or a youth shelter, and you wouldn't even be notified. So what does that look like? Your child could go to school during the day and have a discussion with a teacher saying, I think I'm a girl, but I think I want to be a boy. And so they could have a discussion about what that would look like. And the teacher could refer your child to a youth shelter and, hey, if you don't feel like your parents would accept this, you could go stay at this youth shelter and they'll help you get these services that you want. The child could then go to the youth shelter, and parents don't even know where their child is. Your child doesn't come home after school, and no one can tell you what happened or where your child is, not even law enforcement. And so this is horrifying because most parents, by and large, overwhelmingly, most parents are loving parents who want to protect and guide their children through these huge decision-making processes. And this bill doesn't even allow for parents to have an opportunity to come alongside their child and navigate this, gender transition thing that they may be considering. It doesn't give parents even the opportunity. It whisks away the child, and parents don't even know where their kid is. So what it is if your child wants these protected healthcare services, which is abortion or any kind of gender affirming services. So that goes to hormones, medications, all the way up to surgical procedures. And that is stated in the text of the bill, which I've got for you I've got links in the description of the video that you can go and learn more about what exactly is in these bills. And so it's House Bill 1469 that is the definition of protected healthcare services. And 1469 is also called the SHIELD law. And so what it does is it shields anyone, a person or a provider, who may be seeking these services from any kind of legal action. So if you were coming in from another state, so kind of makes it Washington a sanctuary state for kids to come here for these services. So the two work in collaboration. And so that's something you need to know, because even if we can get 5599 repealed, we still have a number of horrible anti-family, anti-parent laws on the books here in Washington. I want to invite you to join us next Tuesday, June 13th at 7 p.m. We're hosting a webinar on Zoom. We're doing a summer legislative smackdown series, and we're going to be doing 8 different webinars throughout the course of this summer that will each focus on a specific legislative issue. Our first one next Tuesday is going to deal with parental rights in Washington state. We will be joined by Senator Mike Patton, Representative Jim Walsh, and Representative Jenny Graham. We will also have our friends from Moms for Liberty, Kitsap County, Anne Marie and Joy will be joining us, as well as Alex Krotowski. I hope I said it right. She is the chapter leader for Gays Against Groomers in Washington. And so we will be having a panel discussion. The legislators are going to talk about laws that are from previous years, bills that happened in previous years. Specifically, I will be talking with them about Senate Bill 5883, which passed in 2022. And really that set the groundwork for 5599. And so we're going to tell you about these bills so you understand, how did we get here? Because we didn't get here overnight. And we have a lot of different laws here in Washington state that already circumvent parental rights, and 5599 is just kind of the icing on the cake, with not even letting parents know where their child is. And we all want to know if our kid is safe and okay. And this bill does not allow parents to know that. And that is very dangerous. And what we really need to focus on that parental rights aspect of this bill, rather than some of the other sort of divisive issues in the bill, which is the abortion and the gender affirming care. We really want to focus on the parental rights, because that's something that people across the board, regardless of your political affiliation, want to be able to parent and protect your children. And this law does not allow parents in Washington state and beyond to do that. So I hope that you will join us on Tuesday, June 13th at 7 p.m. It is free. It is open to the public. You will be able to ask some questions in the chat of our legislators, of our panel. It's going to be a really great opportunity to learn what's happened, where we are now, and most importantly, what do we do moving forward? How do we protect our kids? How do we protect our families from this government overreach? And so it's going to be a really important webinar. Even if you're not from Washington, I encourage you to join us. It will be recorded and we'll have it up on YouTube. So if you can't make it on Tuesday, you'll be able to watch it after. But encourage you to be there, and encourage you to share this with your friends so people from around the country can join us and learn about what's going on here in Washington state. And you can learn more by visiting our website as well, conservativeladiesofwa.com. And I would really ask for your support. We need all hands on deck for this work that we're doing. And if you would consider joining us, become a subscribing member, you can do that on our website. I'll also include a link in the description where you can just click on that and head over and sign up and join us today. You can also make a donation. We love your financial donations. That really helps us to be able to put on these webinars and do the work that we're doing in Washington and beyond. So I really hope to see you next Tuesday, June 13th at 7 p.m.